secluded cottage in Burlington County, New Jersey, Wynn, 7, is on vacation with her adoptive parents, Eric and Andrew. Wynn is approached by Leonard, a mysterious visitor, during her stay. Leonard explains that in order to preserve the planet, he needs Wynn and her parents' assistance. Wynn grows concerned when 3 additional people appear with homemade weapons as the two are spending time together gathering grasshoppers. Wynn runs out to tell Eric and Andrew, but the guests burst in and tie them up, leaving Eric with a concussion. Although Leonard and his friends Sabrina, Adrian, and Redmond assert that they have never met and have no desire to harm the family, they have been driven to locate them during the past week by visions and an unidentified force. The group predicts an impending apocalypse in which Leonard states that the sky will collapse, the oceans will rise, a plague will spread, and then an endless darkness would set in. Only if the family sacrifices one of its members can this be avoided. They are informed that while they will survive the end of the world, if they do not make a decision, they would be left as the only survivors. Eric and Andrew think the group is lying and that hatred is at the heart of the attack. When the family won't make a decision, the guests perform a weird rite in which they wrap Redmond's head with a cloth and beat him to death with their weapons. As Redmond passes away, concussed Eric thinks he sees a bright figure. Leonard claims that the beginning of the end times is when media outlets start reporting on huge tsunamis on TV. Andrew starts to think Redmond is really Jeff O'Bannon, a homophobe who assaulted him in a pub years ago and was sentenced to prison for it. Andrew thinks O'Bannon hunted him down as payback. Leonard, Sabrina, and Adrian battle with their guilt and wonder if Andrew is right, but they insist that they accept their visions. They show that Redmond's passing has only postponed the end of the world temporarily. Adrian is sacrificed the following day by the intruders since Eric and Andrew are unwilling to make a choice. The catastrophes keep happening as a pandemic spreads over the world. The guests were expecting pre-scheduled news programming, according to Andrew, who maintains that the disasters are coincidental. Sabrina explains how she and the other guests were compelled to meet one another online, carry out specifics of their plan, like using their weapons, and move forward even when they tried to resist. After escaping, Andrew finds his revolver in the car and begins shooting at Sabrina, forcing her to flee. Leonard is convinced that Andrew was Jeff when Andrew discovers Redmond's wallet. Andrew assumes the 4 arrived in a nearby truck and locks Leonard in the restroom because they were hurt during his attack and had their tires cut. Sabrina enters the house, and Andrew injures her fatally. Sabrina is still offered as a sacrifice by Leonard, and worldwide spontaneous plane crashes are being broadcast. As the sky darkens and lightning starts to set the soil on fire, Leonard realizes that their time is almost up and leads the 3 outside onto the back deck. Leonard warns them that they only have a short time to make a decision before it is too late before he slits his throat. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are each represented by one of the intruders. Eric now believes that the events are real. Eric offers himself as the sacrifice because he doesn't want Wynn to grow up in a world that has been devastated. Before the visitors killed Redmond, he claimed to have seen a light, and he claims to have seen a future in which Wynn is an adult and Andrew is still by her side. Eric believes they were picked because their family's love was sincere to make the ultimate sacrifice. After that, Andrew kills Eric by shooting him. The visitor's truck is located by Andrew and Wynn, and it contains their things, supporting their claims. They proceed to a jam-packed diner nearby, where news headlines on the TV indicate that the catastrophes have receded and the world has been rescued. As the two head back into the world, the radio in the truck comes on and starts playing Boogie Shoes by KC and the Sunshine Band, the song Eric played for them on their trip to the cabin.